Hello everyone, a very good evening, and I welcome you all again to a learning session by the Powerhouse Ideas. In this video, as you have seen in the thumbnail, you must have understood that we are going to discuss a pattern called rounding bottom pattern. In this, we will be covering a stock. The name of the stock will be given to you in between this video because the purpose is not to give you any kind of trade or any kind of call. The purpose is to teach you that why a rounding bottom pattern works successfully, why this pattern works, and why it's a very bullish pattern. Any stock, whether it's a fundamentally good stock or a average stock, if it's fine, like you can say forming a rounding bottom pattern, then that pattern is very strong. I'll be explaining to you that why this pattern is strong, why the reliability on this pattern is very much. So I'll be explaining the psychology basically behind this. I'll be sharing the name of the stock also with you during the video, but I request all of you that don't skip the video. Try to learn that why this technical pattern actually works, right? So now let us start the study and let us discuss. There are few components of this pattern which we need to break down. We need to understand this pattern one by one. First of all, this pattern is a bullish reversal pattern. Means it's a bullish pattern and a reversal pattern. Reversal of what thing? Reversal of a downtrend. So the component number one is that the previous trend should be a downtrend. The stock should be falling sufficiently at a good speed, and after that, if this rounding bottom is formed, then it's considered a good reversal pattern. Now, why it's a reversal pattern? Understand the psychology, try to understand. The stock was regularly falling. We found a stock in which the price is regularly falling. Then after some time, when the rounding bottom pattern starts into like creation, the bears which were totally in control in the past were not able to make significant lows. Means earlier the stock was falling like this, then they started making low somewhat like this. The degree of fall reduced. This is a sign of bearishness getting over. So first thing we learned that the previous trend should be a downtrend. Then the bears were not able to create the degree of fall as compared to the previous fall. The previous degree was much higher, means the fall was much deeper. Then the fall started getting, you can say, sideways. So bears were not able to make a significant low. Same time, the bulls were hitting a particular area. They were always hitting a particular area. For example, the bulls are regularly hitting a stock at 100 rupees. One time they go down, then again hit 100 rupees, then they again go down, then again hit 100 rupees. So this is sign number two. One is downtrend. This is second. I'll explain you the psychology also. Now after this half, what happens? That the bulls are making higher lows. The lows which were created over here are different from the lows which are created over here. Means the bulls are taking control. Earlier the bears were creating lower low but at a lesser angle. Now the bulls are creating a higher low at a upward moving angle, upward trend line you can say. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे बुल्स ने कंट्रोल लेना शुरू कर दिया, लेकिन स्टिल दे आर हिटिंग अ पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट. So this area becomes a resistance. This entire pattern change, if I don't tell you the name, then also you can understand that the bears were creating a low but at a lesser degree. Then the bulls started creating a low at a higher upward moving degree, but there was a resistance, right? So you can see the trend shift. And when the breakout happens, the entry happens to be over here. Why? Because this resistance was tested 1 2 3 4 5 6. This can be 8 10 20, as many times as available on the chart, but this is just for understanding. So as soon as it is breakouts, so this trend change which happened over here, gives a very good breakout. Now why do this pattern always give you a good return? Why do this pattern always give you a good return? One thing, because the stock has been falling from a long time. One thing. Second thing is it has created a base. Now you tell me that one thing which has fallen regularly now created a base, this reduces the chance that it will fall more. And if it has to fall more, it has a big base at the bottom. The stock will face very much difficulty to go below this low because there is a lot of traffic over here, right? So these are the two basic reasons why this kind of patterns are very strong. One, I'll repeat again, that the stock has already fallen जितना उसने गिरना था, उसके बाद stock ने एक base बनाया. Now the base will turn out to be a good support because a lot of price action, a lot of traffic is over here. So if we take an entry over here, a good stop loss will be below the low and the target will be its all-time high, means from where the stock has started falling will be target, and the low of this rounding bottom will be the stop loss. So I've told you that why this pattern works so beautifully. Now it is my responsibility to also show you on a chart a rounding bottom pattern being formed. So let me quickly take you to the chart, but I'm just not disclosing the name right now, but I'm just telling you the rounding bottom pattern being formed over here so that you can understand. I'll tell you the name also. Just give 5 more minutes to learning and then I'll disclose the name. Now see over here what happened. This is a weekly chart of a particular stock. This stock was falling like this. The degree of fall was somewhat like this. Let us check the degree. Let us make this more interesting, and let me show you that how a trend changes and you can see that trend without you can say any indicator. So when the stock was falling over here, it was falling with a degree of minus 52 degrees, means the fall was almost steep. But when the stock started forming a rounding bottom, this decline phase, then the degree significantly reduced, means the strength of the bears was reducing. Then we entered into a low. This low is created over here. You can see exact replica, but not always you find the exact replica, but this is an exact replica of a rounding bottom. Then the stock started moving above. You can see that how the pattern is changing. It's now moving above, upside, on an upside with a degree of 22 degree, means a rounding bottom is being formed over here. Now what is the one resistance which the bulls are always trying to cross? Let us see that. What is the neckline? This red line, what is over here? So I have already marked it for you. This is this area. Let us see what area it is. This is 319. Let us delete this now. No, not delete it. This is 319 approximately. You can see it on the chart. I'm just disclosing the name in next 1 minute, but first focus on learning. So this is the resistance as per the rounding bottom pattern. ठीक है, अब जैसे ही स्टॉक इस एरिया के ऊपर जाता है, वी कैन टेक एन एंट्री बिकॉज वी नो दैट द स्टॉक हैज ऑलरेडी फॉलन, जितना उसको गिरना था. उसके बाद स्टॉक ने एक राउंडिंग बॉटम पैटर्न बना लिया है. इसके नीचे अगर हम स्टॉप लॉस रखेंगे तो एक सेफ स्टॉप लॉस होगा. क्या ये पैटर्न कभी फेल नहीं होता? द चांसेस आर वेरी लिटिल. यू कैन से 80% ऑफ द टाइम दिस पैटर्न सक्सीड्स, बट 20% ये फेल भी हो सकता है. दैट्स व्हाई स्टॉप लॉस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Another important thing, the role of volume. You can see over here what is the role of volume. Let me explain you that. You can see over here that so many times the volume has increased. The volume has increased the basic average volume of the past 20 weeks. Means someone is accumulating. Someone also knows about this pattern and understand that how this pattern is very strong. So the big money is getting into the stock. This is an added confluence over here. Which is telling us that if this stock breaks out from here with a stop loss of below this rounding bottom, the target can be its all-time high, and which is a risk to reward of 1:2, you can say 2.5. 1:2.5 means 1 rupee loss and 2.5 ka target. So this is about a stock. The name of the stock is KSL, कल्याणी स्टील्स लिमिटेड. ठीक है, आप इस स्टॉक को खोल के देख सकते हैं. आई होप आपको ये चीज पसंद आई होगी जो लर्निंग हम कर रहे हैं. इसको हम देख लेते हैं एक बार फिर से डेली पे. आपको मैं कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग चीज दिखाता हूं इसमें डेली के ऊपर. आप देखो कि जिस तरह मैंने आपको पैटर्न बताया, द स्टॉक हैज सफिशिएंटली फॉलन फ्रॉम द हाईज ऑफ, देखो कितना गिरा है स्टॉक, फ्रॉम द हाईज ऑफ 466. फ्रॉम द हाईज ऑफ 466 दिस स्टॉक हैज फॉलन डाउन टू 266, almost half, not 100% half, but almost the money has been halved. इतना गिरने के बाद स्टॉक ने एक बेस बनाया, ये एक लो पॉइंट क्रिएट किया, देन ये ऊपर चलना शुरू हो गया। देखो यहाँ पे लोअर लोज बन रहे थे, यहाँ पे हायर लोज बन रहे हैं। एज सुन एज वी ब्रेकआउट, स्टॉप लॉस ओवर हेयर, टारगेट over here, and the chances of achieving it are more. You can also see the volume below, the volume accumulation happening, the volume spurts happening over here. This increase the chance of this breakout pattern succeeding. I hope you guys learned something new today. If you did, kindly like this video, share it with your friends, and if you haven't liked the channel, subscribe the channel. Do it, because I'll be coming up with more such learning videos, because I believe that knowledge is a free thing. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till the time, take care. Bye bye.